into week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Chiefs and the reigning Super Bowl champs coming up next.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the final number here in terms of top speed, I mean, that almost looks like a misprint. He was just absolutely flying. Unbelievable. Second and 8 coming up. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play.
And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Fournette, a first down carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll set up to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now it's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Chris Godwin from 10 yards out. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Ryan Succop for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the...
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second quarter now, and Tampa Bay, it's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
They're going to look to throw.
Open man is Antonio Gandy Golden.
And he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have possession, and they have it. 38-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
After review of the play, ruled on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
The give is to Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A give to Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. KC's offense ready to take over.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They go play action here on first down. He's going to air one out, and that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Second and 10.
Off play action. Miller. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin White charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops it for a loss of 11.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. William Golston, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Extra point try now for Succop. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Miller. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Going deep for Walker. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And Walker with it over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Gray. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
So we have reached halftime in our first. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And it's fielded at the 34. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 11.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Miller. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Miller. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Butker's kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Vaughn on 1st and 10.
And he's got Rome. Uses the stiff arm. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Jones. Oh, a good move at the 5. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
I'm going to hit you all day,
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Operating from the gun. Miller over the middle, complete. That's Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
In trouble, and he's taken down. William Golston. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, on that one, they got... The play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Miller. And that is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going deep for Walker. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it because that's not what you want to do to try and impress your new coaching staff, try to impress your locker room, and most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an interception early. Make sure you take care of the football. But now he's got it out of the way. Hopefully he can just settle in and move on.
They'll run on 1st down. Vaughn. There's the stiff arm. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. They find some open field here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Touchdown! A 15-yard touchdown drive. And the Bucs have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding a big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the front. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Succop for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. William Golston able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Escaping, and he's going to go down again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Chiefs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Miller. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going deep here for Bryant. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Come on, baby.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Miller on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again.
Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Miller now from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And quickly, they get to the line. Here's Miller to throw on 2nd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the pass?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.